Welcome, everybody, to the NFL presidential address for week 4. And my God, what a season we are having so far. To all my clients, thank you. Wow, are we making money? To all my listeners on the show, thank you. Wow, are we making money? Outstanding start to the year. But I will tell you this, full disclosure, week 4 is tough. Let's get straight into it. Seattle, Thursday night, playing Arizona. The Seattle team is -1. The total here is 43.5. And right now we have about 78% of the money coming in on Seattle, 53% to the under. And that's where I want to look. From a side perspective, this is a tough game. I mean, Seattle looked awesome against New Orleans, but that would have been the equivalent of, me looking awesome against the ugliest man in the world, say Dan Alexander. With that said, I can't judge a team by how good they played against the New Orleans Saints. This Seattle team almost did not get it done in Pittsburgh, and I don't think they're a great team. And Arizona can't seem to get out of their way. When they needed a touchdown, they got it. Every other time during that game against San Fran, they could barely move the ball. I think both these teams are, frustrating their fan base, if you will. I think the under is the play. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, and a lot of Thursday night games are low-scoring games. It's perennially been that way. Let's not overthink this play. 43.5, take the under, and guys, bet it now. I think it might go down a little bit, and 43 is a crucial number in total betting because of 2020 as a score. Before we get into all the Sunday games, I just want to take care of some business, let you guys all know it's been an outstanding year so far. My clients last week went 5-2 in their NFL bets. The week before, they went 5-2 in their NFL bets. That's right, I'm on a 10-4 NFL run. I am 64% to start the NFL season. But put all of that aside, my clients get every single ATS bet on every single game that has happened this year. That is correct. There have been 48 ATS bets this season in the NFL. I have won 31 of them. I am 31-17 across the board in NFL bets. And if you buy my Sunday package, you will get ATS bets on every single game on the board. For the guys watching this video, it's been an outstanding run as well. So thank you for doing that. Hit the like button, everybody. Comment in the comment section. I read all the comments. And make sure to subscribe to our channel. I want to give out a promo for you guys, and I've got a $1 promo coming up later. But right now we have an all-access promo for you guys. 30 days of all my plays. And I am up. I have had 3 losing days in the last 14. That's right. In the last 2 weeks, I've had 3 losing days. So please use the promo code 199PREZ. That's 199PREZ. You get 30-day all-access college football, NFL, NHL when it starts, and same with the National Basketball Association. So that's 199PREZ. Let's move on. We got a game in Dublin, Ireland, home of the Guinness. -2.5 of the Minnesota Vikings playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I don't normally bet these games across the pond. I never know what's going to happen. Like crazy shit goes on over there. So with that said, I'm not going to bet this game, but I do like Minnesota here. I like Minnesota minus the 2.5, and I think Minnesota could get this done all the way up to 7, frankly. I look at this Pittsburgh team, and I think they're horrible. I mean, they couldn't beat Seattle at home. Then they go on the road to New England. They have 5 turnovers. They caused 5 turnovers. New England turned the ball over 5 times and still could have won the game with 3 minutes to go. That is a terrible reflection on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Conversely, it doesn't matter who's quarterback at Minnesota. I think Kevin O'Connell might be, I think he's for sure top 3 coach in the league, but he's number 1 quarterback whisperer of all time. I mean, this team is rock solid. They got a better defense than Pittsburgh. They got a better offense than Pittsburgh. I like Minnesota, and I think they can win this game all the way up to 7. Now we turn our attention to Philadelphia, -3.5 against Tampa Bay, and a total of 43. Very interesting total here because Tampa Bay should never have a total of 43. This is a team that could be down 20-3 at half and still go over the total when all said and done. One thing we know about Tampa, they can score and they can score fast. With that said, we do not know if Mike Evans is going to be available, but there might be a Chris Godwin sighting. So with all that said, I'm going to look at taking the over in this game. I don't want to take the side because I think Philadelphia is in a horrible spot. And I don't want to play against Tampa Bay right now because of the way they lost their last game. So we're going to look at over the total. This was 45 at one point. 89% of the money bet to the under. And I get it in the sense that Philadelphia runs the ball and slows the clock down. But Philadelphia can throw long bombs. We saw it in the second half against the Rams. Philadelphia can score fast. We saw it in the second half against the Rams. And Tampa Bay can keep up with anybody. Take over the total of 43.5 in the Philly-Tampa Bay game. -16.5 with the Buffalo Bills. How do you bet a team that big? Well, the last 68 times a team has been -15.5 and more. That team is 62-6 straight up, which means 6 times in the last 68 situations, the dog won. Against the spread, it's 34-30-4. So it's a wash. But I found a bet. It is 26-41-1 to the under. So in a game where a line is -15.5 or more, the under happens 61% of the time. That is a bet, and that is where we're going in this football game, and it makes total sense to me. 47.5 is the total here, guys. Let's say Buffalo, and their team total is 30.5. Let's say they accomplish that. Let's say they get to 33. New Orleans is not putting up 14 points in this game. I don't think New Orleans puts up 12 points in this game. Now, I don't know if Buffalo's going to keep scoring and scoring and scoring so that they could cover that 16.5. Maybe Buffalo goes up really early and puts the scrubs in. Who knows? But what I do know is New Orleans ain't going to get us to 14, and 47.5 is too high. Take under the total. Now, Carolina going to New England. Carolina outstanding when they look great defensively, and they were able to move the ball offensively against Atlanta, who has shown to be quite competent on defense. Now they're playing a New England team that is basically in must-win mode, and they're at home -5.5. Explain to me in what world does New England deserve to be -5.5? Okay, if they were playing the New Orleans Saints, but they're not. They're playing the Carolina Panthers, and I understand that this Carolina team has this gray cloud over their head for the last 3-4 years. This is not the same team. This is a much better team than they were last year, and we saw it last week. The bottom line here is I want the points. Do I think New England can win? Sure. Do I think Carolina can win? Why not? Both of these teams are horrible. Let's take the dog. Carolina +5.5. Now Washington playing Atlanta. Tons of money were originally bet on Washington. It went all the way up to -2, 2.5. There's still a -2.5 out there at some places. But as I'm speaking, the money is pouring in on the Atlanta Falcons. Pouring in. It is now Washington -1. And it's likely going to become a pick'em. And I agree with this line move 100%. You want to talk about an overreaction? Every team has a bad team. Does Green Bay suck? Why would you bet Green Bay -7 against Dallas after they lost to Cleveland? Same situation Atlanta faces. Yeah, they sucked last week, just like Green Bay. Yeah, they went to Carolina and lost, just like Green Bay did with Cleveland. Yet Green Bay is -7 against Dallas, and Atlanta is like +1 at home against a Jaden Daniels injured Washington Redskins team. I know I keep calling them the Redskins. So be it. Look at the hat. It's a Redskin hat. Anyway, I love Atlanta in this spot, and Atlanta will likely be a circa play for me. Cleveland going into Detroit. Detroit minus 8.5, 45. I like Detroit here. I hate laying this kind of number, but man, like, when does this Detroit team not score? They're going to put up 30 plus easily against this Browns team, even with the Browns defense being as great as they are, and they are amazing. I just don't think Cleveland can keep up here. I mean, if Detroit puts up, a bad game, 24, can Cleveland put up 14? I don't think so. Probably not. I like Detroit here, guys. And when I like a home favorite of more than a touchdown, bet it, because that happens very rarely. Tennessee playing Houston. Houston minus 739. Houston cannot be minus 7 against anybody except maybe New Orleans. Tennessee laid a total egg last week. I had them for my clients, one of my losses. Do they bounce back? I don't know. Guys, let's just lay off this game and move on. The Chargers playing the Giants. So last week, you know what? Before we get into that, I'm going to give out my $1 promo. Guys, remember to like this show, hit the subscribe button, and watch my other show, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the best betting show ever. It's with me, Joe Ranieri, and Art DeCesar, and we're getting rave reviews. Anyway, I have a 5% play up this coming. I have a 5% play up this coming Sunday, and it's yours for $1. We did the exact same promotion last week. It was really well received. Tons of you guys took advantage of it. This is only for people who have never purchased at WagerTalk ever. So this is your first purchase. You head over to WagerTalk and you use the promo code BEST, B-E-S-T, BEST1. That's BEST1, and you get my 5% NFL football play. I'm 2-0 this season in those plays for only $1. Let's turn our attention to the Chargers and the New York Giants, and this just in, Jackson Dart looks like he will be starting, or better yet, this just in, Russell Wilson looks like his career is over. Bye. How do we handicap this game? Well, last week I painted a picture for you. I said, guys, let's pretend that Green Bay wins the Super Bowl, and me and you are sitting on a beach in February, and we're reminiscing about how the Packers won the Super Bowl. And I turn to you and I say, hey, remember back in week 3 when the Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns? Well, this is the exact same scenario. The Chargers can win the Super Bowl, and we will sit there and say, guys, remember way back in week 4 when the Chargers lost to the New York Giants? This is a horrible, horrible spot for the Chargers. Are you kidding me? They have just played 3 division games in a row. 3 division games in a row. Now they are playing out of conference, across the country, up north, against a New York Giants team that is playing well defensively, that now has a new quarterback that's going to add a whole lot of life to this team. This is a horrible spot for the Chargers. Take the New York Giants plus the points, and just like with the Cleveland Browns, sprinkle a little bit on the money line. Jacksonville playing San Fran. San Fran is now minus 3.5, total of 47. I like the under in this football game. There is no chance I am taking San Fran with a hook. This team is massively injured. But man, Jacksonville, 17-10 last week. This team is struggling to find consistent rhythm. San Fran is going to slow this game down to a crawl. How the hell is this total at 47? I love this play. One of my favorite totals of the week. Take San Fran and Jacksonville under. The Rams minus 4 against Indianapolis, 49.5. I like the Rams here, guys. Indy's a huge fade team for me, not only this week, but maybe moving forward. This team has basically played the New Orleans Saints 3 times in a row. And now they're a 3-0 juggernaut, ready to go on the road and take on the perennial playoff-bound LA Rams, coming off of one of the most horrible losses in their last 2 years? I don't think so. The Rams defense is going to shut Danny Dimes down. The Rams offense is going to find a way to score. -4 does not scare me. Take the Los Angeles Rams. Chicago, Las Vegas. This game's a pass for me, guys. I hate to say it, like Chicago pizza, I don't want anything to do with Chicago right now. I was wrong last week. Let's move on. Let's see what the Chicago team does this week. Same with the Raiders. Another team, Geno Smith, has done nothing so far this year. This is a wait-and-see game. Baltimore playing Kansas City. Baltimore -2.5. There are a few threes up there. 48.5 is the total. And I just want to throw one stat out at you guys. Baltimore has lost 2 games in a row, while the last time that happened was at the beginning of last season. For some reason, this team bounces back like nobody's business. Now they play a Kansas City Chiefs team. I don't think this KC team is the same team they were last year, or the year before, or the year before that. This KC team, go look at how well their defense is at stopping the run. The Chargers put up 100 plus. The freaking Chargers. They don't even run the damn ball. I understand Philadelphia put up some big running numbers, but Philly could put up running numbers on anybody. But the Giants, some dude named Scatabo, yeah, never heard of him. I know who he is, and he actually looks like a fun running back. But some guy named Scatabo put up like 1 million. The New York Giants were able to run up and down on this team. Lamar and the King are going to have a field day in the backfield. I love the Baltimore Ravens here. Take them -2.5. Green Bay, Dallas. Man, I wish CeeDee Lamb was playing in this game. I'm going to probably end up on the over in this game anyway. It's been bet down to 47. You know, I look at it and I understand there's injuries everywhere. Green Bay's lost a couple of O-linemen. Dallas is messed up. But, man, this Dallas defense is so bad. Green Bay has to be able to get 3-4 touchdowns on them. And Green Bay is coming off their worst performance in a long time. So I expect a huge offensive output from this Green Bay Packer team. Now, I understand that they have a great defense. But this Dallas team at home on the carpet, we've seen it year after year. They're going to put points up. 47 is just too low a number. I love this play. One of my favorite totals again. Take over the total in the Green Bay-Dallas game. Now, before we get into Monday night, really quick, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to comment. Check out my daily videos with Joe Ranieri and Art DeCesar. It's a daily show about 30 minutes long. It's called The Best Betting Show Ever. And use the promo code BEST1 if you've never purchased from WagerTalk before to get my 5% play on Sunday for only $1. Now we get into the Monday games. We got the Jets +2.5 against Miami. I really like Miami here, guys. Miami showed a lot of moxie last week. They played very well against Buffalo, and they could have got out of that game with a dub. I think they are now have a long rest. I think they recognize that the season is not over for them, that there are weak teams all over the AFC, that there is a pathway to turn this around. And Miami has an absolute puff cake schedule for the next 3 games. Absolutely no reason this Miami team can't be 3-3 in a month from now. As for the New York Jets, this team is just bad. And I understand, like, when have they been good? Why would we expect the New York Jets to be good? There's no reason. I understand that they covered against Tampa Bay, but come on, man. That was leverage when he jumped over the guy. Total bullshit missed call. New York Jets should not have covered that game against Tampa Bay. So with that said, I like Miami. I also like in the Denver-Cincinnati game, I like Denver -7. Man, Bo Nix just really can't stop turning the ball over, and he's also missing a lot of these long bombs. But to Sean Payton's credit, they're making long bombs, and they are going to connect. And this Cincinnati D is horrible, horrible. Just like the Detroit Lions, I hate taking touchdowns or more in any game, but I just can't see Cincinnati keeping up. And Denver is, well, they got to win this game. I mean, this is an absolutely crucial game for the Broncos. They should have got it done last week. They could have got it done last week. I think we have an angry Denver Bronco team. I think they win by 10 or more. Take them against Cincinnati. That's it for the show, everybody. What a fun season it's been so far. I hope you guys are following my plays. I hope you guys are betting my plays. Let me know what bets you're making in the comments section and whether this show is helpful or not. Lots of love to all of you guys. I hope we all win together. That's the most important thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.